Hi all. I wanted to talk about helping yourself with some supraspinatus issues. This is a really common place to get an injury in terms of what I see in my practice. And I think also just generally that's what people talk about, the supraspinatus tears, really common. Probably the most common thing that I hear about in terms of a rotator cuff issue. There's a lot of others. Also, of course, subscap is a real problem, subscapularis. And a lot of pain for people also near infraspinatus where it meets the posterior delt, stuff like that, okay? But this is so easy for supraspinatus, and I'm a good lab rat for this right now because I screwed up my shoulder a little bit doing some cleans with some weights that were kind of heavy. And it's actually almost all better now, just with a little time. It was clicking a lot, and what I figured out is that clicking was not, something that I feared, like some kind of tear in the joint capsule or real damage deeper into the labrum or something like that. Yeah, I think it was just some inflammation and stuff getting a little bit malpositioned in the joint. So between the repositioning the joint that I've been working on in different ways and just flushing inflammation out of there, it's a lot better. I haven't really started challenging it yet. It's been about a week and a half since I started feeling these kind of pain. So from here, it's getting a lot easier for me to do these kinds of gestures with no hindrance or limitation at all. That was not the case not that long ago, like maybe a week ago. So here's one for supraspinatus. Supraspinatus's job, for just a little anatomy lesson, it runs along this top of the spine of the scapula in this kind of groove here, and it runs under a little, it runs through a space under the acromion here and attaches out here on the a little bit lateral edge, sort of lateral and posterior lateral edge on the head of the humerus here. So its job is to pull the head of the humerus up into the socket. And we do that totally unconsciously, reflexively. Our bodies are amazing at this kind of thing. I used to talk about this as being like feed forward, where things that happen before you even know you're about to do something. In Rolf movement world, they call that pre-movement. Just different words for seeing stuff that your body does, anticipatory posture or alignment activity, APA is another term. For your body knows you're going to do a movement and it pulls it right up into the socket, because just here, when this is healthy, it's able to really hang a little bit out of the socket. So here it is, and so supraspinatus's job is to kind of pull it up into the socket. So I'm gonna think of bringing this top of my humerus up towards there, and at the same time try to hold it as I stretch it out with my bottom hand. So I'm pulling the humerus down towards the floor, and then I relax it and pull. I'm applying resistance with the humerus headwards, okay? And I'm letting the hand win here floorwards. And I like to do things with a little bit of rhythm, and they can have different rhythms for different desired movements, desired effects, right? So if I'm trying to affect, let's say, joint capsule or ligament, I'm going to move really slowly and gently. If I'm thinking mostly of muscle and tendon, it can be a little faster. if I'm thinking really deep into joint capsule and even up into the joint itself, I'm going to work very meditatively and slowly. Absolutely no impediment there. Okay, and I can tell the difference, and it's good just daily health therapy for that area. Okay, so supraspinatus self-care treatment, pulling the humerus down while I'm trying to squeeze it up. So I'm doing this, but I'm not letting it get there. And I can work different ranges too. So I might have a little bit of a lateral vector with the humerus there. So a little bit of abduction. I could try a little bit of abduction with extension. So all of this is trying to get into different parts of the joint, but all of it exercising different fiber directions of the attachment and continuity of the supraspinatus, right? Supra means over, spinatus has to do with the spine of the scapula. All right, so this is all nice and relaxed and warm now. Was that fun? Okay, thanks.